back to my channel. So if you guys are new here, my name is Kristen and welcome to my channel. So today's build, it is kind of a longer one, and you guys, I even kind of considered splitting it up a little bit, shortening it. But I thought, you know, I have not done one of these longer speed builds in a while, and usually I dread doing any kind of voiceover that is over 10 minutes because it's really hard to kind of come up with a bunch of things to talk about. But I really love how this turned out, and I didn't really know what to cut out. Like, I feel like every little part of this build, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to share with you guys. It kind of took a little bit of a twist. Like, when I first started building the house, I kind of wanted it to be like a country home, cozy and like neat and tidy, and then as I got building it, it turned into a completely different kind of build that ended up being more of like a very messy house that was very lived in. So it's like a family home. I'm trying to remember how many bedrooms. I can't remember right off how many bedrooms this has, but yeah, so this was supposed to be just like a country charmer, and I don't know, I just kind of have been really obsessed with using all of the different clutter items, and none of these builds of mine, you guys, that have all of these like full clutter items and things that maybe are typically not going to see in your game, there is no custom content in this build. So it's all being used, like a lot of the clutter, it is from the show hidden objects. So if you type in your, like you turn your cheats on, you type in bb.show hidden objects, it's going to let you see all of the items, like if she's going to make cake, if she's having chips, or like just so many random things, dishes, like wine bottles, everything like that, it's going to appear that you can use it. So there's even like trash bottles, but you guys are going to see the different things that I do end up using. I use a lot of the food. I feel like those are one of the most, the hidden object things that I use the most of lately is kind of like the fruit, vegetables, and the breads. And I do often size the breads up because they're kind of tiny, and I feel like they just look a lot more realistic if they are sized up slightly. So I just kind of wanted to mention that to you guys, because once in a while when I do these kind of cluttered builds with the hidden objects, a lot of people tend to think that I'm using CC, but I'm not. I do make sure, you guys, that all of these builds are CC free. It just kind of makes it a little bit easier for everybody to place. And if you guys do like how this build turned out, as always, it will be in the origin gallery. I will put the link in the description in case you easily want to find it, or you can browse the gallery using my my hashtag or username KrystinMyrieXo. So if you place it, you are going to need to put on your move objects cheat, because I do alt things around. And you guys, I don't know, this house turned into something, like I said, completely different than what I pictured. And I even put a tree house in the backyard. Sometimes I feel like I try to like speed up the builds when I'm doing houses. So I mean, I do a lot of smaller houses because they are just kind of easier to do voiceovers for. And especially when I'm trying to do like the daily uploads, it's just better, and I feel like you guys are really enjoying the smaller houses as well. So this is kind of like an in-between size. It's definitely not one of my larger builds, but it's definitely not the smallest. I think this is on, oh my god, I can't remember. I think it's on a 20 by 30 lot possibly, but the tree house inside, I did not furnish it. I just kind of put it there for looks. So that's kind of like a secret area that you guys are going to be able to like finish on your own. So how many? Okay, wait, I think this is maybe 2 bedrooms. I'm thinking upstairs there is like the bigger kind of hallway, and there's a full bathroom, a bedroom that has 2 beds. It has like 2 teenagers in it. and then the parent room. So there definitely is more room in this house that, I mean, you can change out the bathroom that's upstairs and take a little of the area from the hallway if you wanted to add in maybe like a toddler's room, a nursery, or even like another teenage room. The bathroom, it is like a full bathroom size, so it's a pretty, like, it's not too small. There is like a smaller bathroom downstairs behind the kitchen because when you're playing, it can be a little bit annoying have to like run around the house. So this inside, I kind of wanted to decorate it as like a country home, cute and cozy. You are going to see me completely bombard this build with mess and clutter. So, I mean, if you guys like how the house turned out and maybe you don't want to have the clutter, I mean, feel free to just knock everything out. Like, get rid of all the mess and clutter and just use this as a regular house. Like, the outside of the build is normal as well, so you're not even going to notice it's a messy house, like if this is just placed in the neighborhood. So I really love the style of this home. I feel like once in a while I do a little bit more of like the modern kind of homes, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for how I just said modern. I don't know if it's modern, I don't know. I say it strangely and everybody makes fun of me in the comments, but whatever. I can't control it. But so anyways, I feel like a lot of the houses that I do are a little bit more like that. So this, I wanted to make it a little bit more country and like a family traditional kind of home. So this is, I think this was like 120,000 simoleons. I may be wrong, but I'm thinking it was around there. I did kind of want to make it a little bit like full. Yeah, you can see that I'm like placing all of the items. I wanted to kind of add all of these dishes in the sink just to make it look like they're like super busy. There's so many kids. Maybe they're like always going off to basketball practice or soccer, even though we don't have soccer in The Sims anymore. And it's just like there's food on the counter, like she's in the mother is maybe like in the middle of cooking a meal. There's some dishes there on the stove. And I think that just adds, you guys, so much character to the house. I mean, this isn't a filthy home, like, don't get me wrong. It, to me, just kind of looks lived in, that there's a lot of people here, they're always on the go, and they just don't have time to completely finish everything. So, I mean, maybe the family could benefit on hiring a maid or having, like a dishwasher installed or something like that, just to kind of keep up with the dishes. So yeah, I think the kitchen is really cozy. It's definitely one of the smaller kitchens that I have built in a while. I usually go overboard with kitchens. There was an apartment that I had a comment on before that the kitchen kind of like took over the whole apartment, but just naturally I enjoy doing kitchens. I could build kitchen room builds, like every single build, but I try not to. So I wanted to kind of make this one a little bit smaller and cozier. And you guys are going to see that the living room is actually the largest area in this house. So if maybe you had some musicians in the family, there is still enough room to maybe place like a keyboard or a piano in the living room. I just didn't do that because it's kind of like an extra item. It is kind of big, but I mean, that living room, you guys, is like huge. Okay, this bedroom in here is actually the teenager's bedroom. Now, this is going to be completely overboard with clutter, knickknacks. I mean, they've put so many posters on the wall that it's even torn some of the wallpaper off. So I kind of pictured this to be like they're always in the room, they have friends over, maybe they kind of roughhouse a little bit. So I kind of wanted to make the room display that a little bit. So you are going to see that I do put some of the wall decals on that have like the wood behind the wallpaper exposed because they're just very neglectful in here. It's just that room in the house, unfortunately, and there's like splatters of whatever on the wall. It's like completely wrote off. This room just needs to be gutted. When these kids move out, oh my gosh, it's insane. I would love to get in here and clean it up a little bit, but yeah, so you're gonna see that there's like dishes all over. There's some sports equipment, there's bags. I do end up putting in like a TV They have like the console, the gaming console, and I do even go back in and give them a desk. So it's like a really full, cramped bedroom, but there are two of them. So this is the bathroom, you guys, right there. It's the full bathroom, and it's pretty much the same size, well, like almost the same size as that other bedroom. So you can like gut that out and put in another bedroom if you guys needed to free up a little extra space. So the parents' bedroom, I felt like I wanted to maybe clean it up a little bit because I pictured older kids living here. So I didn't really see a need to have like a super huge mess in the parents' bedroom because the kids, like, they wouldn't be in there. So I mean, it is kind of slightly full in the parents' bedroom. It's not like, it's just not messy, if that makes sense. So yeah, here I am back in the bedroom, just like completely filling up this room. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about, I will come back to the build because there is so much still to build. We haven't even like made it outside. So okay, one of the things, you guys, that is coming up is the new expansion pack, and we are currently waiting for a spoiler very impatiently on Twitter. We keep getting these like little hints and just like these random tweets from all of the different gurus over on Twitter. Now, a while ago, like, we even talked about it here. If you guys are on Twitter and you follow The Sims, you are very well aware that a whole bunch of spoilers have come out for pets. When I think it was when toddlers came out in January, that some of the modders, like people that create mods and custom content for The Sims, when they're like making their stuff, they kind of are going through all of the different game files, and some of them had seen like different it was like different actions for pets. It was like standing cat or sitting dog, or I can't remember what it was, but it was like cat and dog in the title. And there was like a few other things. I think there was an option in Create a Sim for cats and dogs as well. And then there was another person on Twitter that actually had a game glitch, that there was like a random plumb bob that was like really, really super short. Like, it even possibly looked to be shorter than, like, say a toddler. So they kind of hinted at the fact that maybe it was a game glitch for like pets. Now keep in mind that like The Sims themselves have not officially came out and told us anything. It's just kind of what random people have been finding, and we've kind of been speculating. And okay, so then there was another website that kind of set like a pre-release, not a pre-release, but like a pre-order for early release of the game, that they said they were supposed to be getting November, I'm thinking it was the end of November, and it was for The Sims Cats and Dogs. I think that's what it was called. And everybody went completely ballistic over on Twitter. People were making videos about the site. The site actually took it down. Now, I never made a video about this because I just wasn't really sure, and I didn't really want to like talk about it if it was maybe like a website that was trying to get like traffic to come to their website, which does happen, just to kind of, you know, get people talking, bringing them to their website. But this website, it was like an international like a website, so that was a little bit confusing. So I kind of went on their Facebook page. Their store actually linked to it, and they looked pretty legit. Like, they had like a real location that was on there. They had a phone number. They had like a lot of followers. Like, it looked to be pretty real. And then a lot of the sim gurus were tweeting that it wasn't real, it was fake. And another thing that I did notice before anybody even mentioned it was that in the render that they used, it looked like a real render, except for the fact that the people, or not the people, the Sims that were in the game were wearing base game clothing. So they had mentioned, the Sims had like retweeted, not the Sims, but one of the gurus had actually tweeted out that picture and let us know that they were wearing base game clothing. So it couldn't be real because, as you guys know, whenever The Sims comes out with a new, either like a game pack, expansion pack, or anything, they do showcase some of the new clothing in the renders. And that was another thing. Another thing that stood out to me was on the game package, the icon that shows in the little blue arrow in the top middle of the box. I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but like all of the different games have an icon, and they usually have those on the package. Now this one looked kind of different to me. It was like a dog food bowl or something. Like it just didn't really match what I pictured it to be. So I mean, honestly, I feel like the pets are coming, and I honestly feel like between like 80 and 90% that it is going to be a pets expansion pack. I'm just not sure if any of that information that website had was true, or if they like kind of made their own render just to put it on the website. Like maybe, like I'm sure all of these stores already know when they're gonna get the games. You're just like under a contract, similar to when like Simmers here on YouTube, if The Sims, like say for example The Sims, they're coming out with an expansion pack in like 2 weeks, they usually give random Sim people here on YouTube an early access copy. So they're gonna know everything about it. When it's released, they actually get to see the game. They're just not allowed to talk about it. Like you're actually under a contract about that. So the same thing with stores. So I'm just kind of wondering if like they made their own copy. So it was a little bit upsetting, because honestly it is very exciting to see different things for pets being shown, because oh my god, like I would love to be able to have a pet in game. I'd love to be able to bring Lily. Lily is actually the golden doodle that my intro was based around here on my channel, and I would love to be able to bring her here. And I would like to see maybe more than cats and dogs. Like I would love to see maybe hamsters and bunnies, like just all kinds of things like that, especially where it is an expansion pack. I think it would be awesome to do that. Now, where it's an expansion pack, I'm actually very, very interested to see what they do with the new world, because we always get a new world. Like, I'm just wondering if there's going to be like pet parks, like there's dog parks and pet stores. Like, I don't know. I just can't wait. November seems like so far away. I kind of wish they would surprise us and release it earlier, but they're not. I'm trying to remember, when was City Living released? That was November or December last year, right? Because that was around the time when I actually started my channel. So yeah, that one was exciting too. I could not wait to get City Living in my game. So you guys, this was a longer build, and I didn't really want to talk about the build the whole time. So sorry if I kind of yacked your ear off about pets, but I kind of didn't really have the time to talk about it in any of my other builds, because they're not very long to really get into a discussion. But I want to know down in the comments, if you guys have made it this far, what animals would you like to see if we ever get pets? What would you like to see them actually like put in the game? So, okay, back to the build. I'm going to finish talking about the build for the last couple minutes. So as you can see, this is where the clutter is going in. I kind of wanted to put in the watermelon out by the garden, just to kind of, I don't know, make it a little bit more realistic. And you guys seen the treehouse. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any ladders or anything like that in the game, so I kind of had to make my own with like the posts and some wall shelves. But if you actually want to use that, unless you're a vampire, you're not going to be able to get into it. So, I mean, you might have to add in some stairs on the back part or something like that, but that was a little bit more just for looks. So yeah, keep that in mind, you guys. And oh yeah, so then there is the pond outside that you can actually fish in. So I felt like putting the pond kind of looked better than actually putting in a pool, just because it kind of kept with the country look. And I don't know, I think it looked really cute. I wanted to add a lot of grass just to kind of make it look a little bit overgrown, but there's still the pathways so that everybody can get where they need to go. So you guys, I really hope that you did enjoy today's video, and definitely let me know in the comments if you guys do enjoy the longer builds where I just kind of ramble about all of the different things that I've been tweeting about, or that I have been just kind of looking at. Now, you guys, a lot of the times, like some of the other longer builds that I have done, I don't even talk about The Sims, and I kind of get nervous because I feel like it's annoying to people to have these longer rambling videos, but to be honest, when I'm watching other people's longer builds, I actually kind of enjoy the rambling. But if you guys do enjoy today's video, definitely give this a very big thumbs up. If you guys did enjoy, that way I know you guys did like it. And there are going to be so many screenies at the end. There are so much to see in this house. So definitely also consider subscribing here to my channel where I do post regularly. And you guys, there are a lot of shorter builds coming up this week. I'm trying to get back into daily uploads. It's just honestly a little bit impossible over the summer to try to like keep up with everything. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I get to see you guys in my next. Bye guys!